Howdy, it's David here. Now, don't you just hate that? Don't you hate it? Somehow you make a putt and somehow just mysteriously your ball doesn't come off on the right line. Like, what the heck? And here's the bad thing. Guess what your chances of making that putt is when your ball doesn't even start on your chosen target line? Slim to none. You're really not going to make your putt if your ball doesn't start on the right line. Well, unless you read the putt completely wrong and you just fluked it. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start every single putt on your chosen target line. And what I mean by that is on the line that you chose, not pushing putts or pulling putts, which happens to a lot of average golfers. So what I'm going to give you in this video is an easy but highly effective strategy to start the ball on the right line every single time. That's right, you heard me. Starting the ball on the right line every single time. And as you can probably imagine, by starting the ball on the right line, you'll sink a lot more putts, especially short putts. Your putting confidence will probably elevate, and you'll probably win a lot more money from your golfing buddies. And guess what? If you don't manage to start the ball down your intended target line, then anything could happen. And you won't be able to sink putts consistently, you won't be confident at all in your putting abilities, and you'll probably humiliate yourself in a very bad way. Now, there are two factors to starting the golf ball on the right line. And with these two factors working together, you have literally no choice but to start the ball on the right line. It is literally impossible to stuff this up. But if you just miss one of these two components, then it makes it a lot harder for you to start the golf ball on your chosen target line. So the first factor is that you actually have to focus on your target line. You have to focus on it. And the second factor is your putting alignment. Putting alignment. Think about it. If your alignment is off, that would make it very difficult for you to start the golf ball on the right line. And if you're not focused on your target line, then any little distraction could cause you to push the putt or pull the putt. Now, I go into a lot more detail in my program, Never Miss Short Putts, but I really want to give you a strategy today that's going to help you start the golf ball on the right line. And this strategy is so effective that if you find yourself struggling to putt in a competition, let's say, you can use this halfway through the round of golf. It's going to instantly boost your confidence, start the golf ball on the right line, even if you couldn't do that for the first half of the round, and help you obviously sink a lot more putts. So this is what you do. When you line up to a putt and you decide on the target line, choose a spot along your target line within the first foot of the putt. So pick out a spot that is directly in your target line that is within the first foot of the putt. Now, our job is to focus on this spot and step over the ball and putt over this spot. That's it. This is going to ensure that you're always going to putt down your intended target line. So continually focusing on this spot and then putt over it. So why does this work? Well, first of all, it helps us to focus on our target line. Remember the first point, we have to focus on our target line. So as we focus on this point, this spot that we picked out, we automatically are focusing on the target line. And second of all, how easy is it to line yourself up to a 1 foot putt than compared to, let's say, a 6 foot putt? Well, it's obvious. Obviously the 1 foot putt is easier. And that's why picking out a spot within the first foot of your target line really helps. So let me just recap all of it. As you line up to the putt, pick out a spot that is along your target line but within the first foot of the putt. Focus on this point until you execute the putt, and your job is literally to putt the ball over this spot. And if you can do this, then I can guarantee you'll start the ball on the right line every single time. Alright, so go ahead, try it out on the practice green before you actually do this halfway through a round of golf. Get used to how it feels so that when you do go and use it halfway through a round, it will feel natural to you. Alright, so if you want to fast track your progress and sink short putts consistently, automatically and effortlessly, then I want you to try out my new program, Never Miss Short Putts. Now, you wouldn't buy a car without test driving it first, right? So I want you to test drive Never Miss Short Putts for 60 days risk-free. Get some results and then see whether it's worth your investment or not. So scroll down, become a member, and I'll see you inside the members area.